Hello guys, in this video I'm gonna show you some very useful modifications which will help you on your long motorcycle trips. Stay with me. When we heard the words adventure modifications, we immediately imagine expensive stuff built from specific company from some very rare materials. Is it really like that? For me, adventure modification is everything what is helping to make my trips easy. Let's go to the bike and I'm gonna show you what I mean.
Okay guys, let's start with some very simple things. All the modifications are made for my bike, Yamaha XT660Z, but they can be done to almost any bike. So first, thermometer. It sounds like something so stupid and useless, but it's not. When you're riding, you always know how hot or how cold it is, and when the weather changes, you know what kind of clothes to take and so on. I'm not gonna explain you how useful the thermometer is. The second is a voltmeter. You can see I mounted here on the dash. It is connected to the power of one of the height beam, and at any moment you know what is the situation with your alternator. So if the alternator starts to losing power or had some kind of problems, you can find it immediately, will stop and will try to replace it or to restore it, whatever. So this gadget costs about 15 euros, let's say 16 or 17 dollars, and you can buy it in almost every electronic shop. Next, heated grips. Almost everybody who traveling on a long trips know how useful they are, so I'm not gonna explain you about it. You can buy it from $50 to $150, it depends on the model. Look at now this simple cable here. Simple cable lock. What is about? I use this cable when I put my waterproof bag or any kind of bag here. I just lock it with the cable. So for a thief, for example, it's not that easy to come here, just cut the straps and take my bag. It's a little barrier against the thieves. Also, I use this cable to lock my helmet or my jacket when I'm walking around. And now I'm gonna show you something not so usual. As you can see, I hope you can see guys, my brake lever is cut at the end. So why I did it? Well, I did it because if you go down, even if you have a hand protectors like me, sometimes they're just twisted and the brake lever hit the ground, and when it hits the ground, it's just break. When I cut this edge, it's not hitting the ground, so I actually saving my brake lever. I did exactly the same with the clutch. So you can see here this mark. Actually, most of the off-road bikes and motocross bikes or enduro bikes, the lever is already cut. Maybe 30% of the lever is already cut. So in the case you go down, it's break from here, not from there. So this is very, very practical and useful. Yes, I understand the design of the lever is different, but I don't care about the design. The most important is functionality. But sometimes, even with the hand protectors, with the lever cuts, sometimes you just break it. In this case, you have to have always a spare brake lever and clutch lever. And I'm gonna show you where I keep it. Let me unscrew this panel. So have a look at this. I stuck it here with the duct tape on that side. This is my clutch lever, and on another side, on another panel, I have my brake lever. So they're always on the bike. I don't need to worry about it, where to put it in the luggage. Are they with me? Are they not? And yes, particularly for this model, it's passed perfectly here, but you can find a proper space for your model. Toolboxes. I have two toolboxes. First one is here on the bottom, this with the heavy parts. Inside I have a tire levers, some special keys, most of the heavy stuff, and I mount here this small toolbox because I want the tools to be always on the bike, because sometimes if you carry the tools separately, sometimes you're just going to the next town or to see some of your friends without the tools, and then the bike breaks down and you need something very simple like a screwdriver or whatever, and that's why I prefer the tools to be always on the bike. I have another one toolbox here, bigger, under the seat, and here I have the rest of the tools. Let me show you a little bit more about it. I have seen guys carrying this big toolbox with thousands of tools inside, and most of these tools, 80%, they will never need it. So guys, the weight is everything. Save your weight as small as possible. So have a look what I have. Okay, I have my brake levers. Cut it on half. Oh no, it's not good to cut it because you don't have enough power. So I have this extension here, extension pipe, so I can extend it and have a longer arm and to have more power. It's the same for this. I can use on the opposite side. It is the same with my wrench, my tire wrench. It's the same. I can use this to have more power. And in the case, some of the keys I don't have, I have this, I don't know what is the name, it's a French key, adjustable, in the case I need something else. The rest of the tools I have here are already proved during the years, and these are exactly the numbers I need on my motorcycle. Nothing more, nothing less, everything I need. Another one very useful gadget is this extension of your side cant. When you have this wider pack here, the bike has more stability, especially when you park it on the dirt roads or off-road. And another one here is, this is my disc lock here. I show you this in the previous videos, and here I have a special holder to keep it always on the bike, because it's a small gadget, but it weighs about, I don't know, maybe 300 grams or 200 grams, and to carry this in your pocket, it's not so comfortable. And if you carry in your bag, for example, you can forget it, but if I carry on the bike, it's always there, and it is on the low position, so the weight is always on the as close as possible to the ground. Very important is to have a foldable gear shift like this. In the case you're going down, it will save your gear shift. It will be very, very bad if it's brake in the middle of nowhere. The same with the brake pedal. Another one very useful thing is a spare clutch cable. The guys always ask me, what is this about? Why you have another one cable here? So this, guys, is my spare clutch cable. I keep it here all the time. It's going under my tank, and it's connected here right next to the existing cable. So this is my spare. You can see my spare cable and my existing cable. In the case my cable cut or break down, I can immediately install this one and I'm ready to go. And because my clutch cable going under the tank, and it is not so easy to make it just like that. And another one reason to keep it here is the reason I already told you 3 times. It is always here, always when I need it, and it's not a problem to stay here because it's just a cable cut here, and it's not a problem to ride with it. I want to show you a few more things, like this fender extension here. You see, very simple thing. You can make it from plastic, from carbon, whatever you need, but it protects your engine from the direct water or mud or whatever. It's not so pretty, but the purpose for this thing is to protect the engine. It's not to be or to make the bike beautiful. Another one thing to know and to have in mind, and you know where the sprocket is, you have to have this open sprocket protector. What is the reason to be open? The reason to be open is to be easy to clean it when you need it, especially when you're riding a lot of off-road. It's collect a lot of dirt here, and my original cover here was from plastic and I cannot see anything. To clean this sprocket, I need to take it off and clean it. And also you can see you can inspect your sprocket where it is. So this is a very simple gadget. Almost to any brand you can buy one of these. This especially is from Touratech, but from any brand you can buy an open sprocket cover. Have a look at this small cable here. Connect the pin with the brake caliper. I did it because sometimes when you change your tire, or when you have to fix your tire or to change your brakes, you stop somewhere in the middle of nowhere, maybe in the dirt, maybe in the grass, and if you lose this pin or this pin here, will be disaster, because actually you cannot move further. That's why I stick it here, I touch it here, just to make sure that it's always here. I saw this from the race bikes, all the race bikes got this, so it's a very simple modification, cost zero, but it could save your journey. And the last thing I want to show you guys is this cable here. So it is connected right to my battery. Let me show you this. So it's a simple cable connected to the ground and plus, and give power to this small cable. Why I have it here? Because this is connected to my battery. Sometimes your battery dies, or you have some kind of problem with the bike and you cannot start the engine. So you need a power from your friend motorcycle or from a car to start your engine. But when you're traveling, usually you have a lot of luggage here, like a big box and all of that stuff, and to have access to your battery, you need to remove everything to be ready. But when I have this cable here, I have a special extension here, just like this, so I can connect it very simple, and then I have my cables. And you can ask your friend, you can ask any car stop on the road just to give you power, and you're ready to go. And sometimes it happens with me a few times, and when you park somewhere and there is no cars or whatever, no traffic, and finally you find one car and the car stop and they want to give you power, but you don't have any cables. And this small extension I keep always on the bike, so if I need help I can have it immediately. That was all for today, guys. I hope you like it, and if you have any ideas about other modifications, just put it in the comments below, and I hope we all will make our journeys safer.
As usual, guys, thank you very much for watching. If you find this information useful, please like and subscribe for a new video every week. Ride safe. Ciao.